Hey guys, it's Dr. Ryan. How many hours a night should a child sleep? This is an important time of year for that. We're just trying to get back into school. The sun is not out for quite as many hours, but your child has been used to having the sun out for much longer hours. They had kind of the carefree, loose scheduled days of summer, so getting back into the routine of sleep is a challenging thing. And one of the things that's important to notice when a child is sleep deprived, they don't have the same symptoms as an adult. For an adult, we're just plain old sluggish. That's kind of the main thing that we see. But in a child, remember if you have like a 2 or 3 year old that misses a nap, what they're like, they get kind of wound up almost before the big crash, or they have these massive moments of emotional instability, throwing themselves on the ground in a tantrum, just completely and ridiculously overtired. Well, there's remnants of that still in our children when they go to school, especially in grade school children and still into high school as well. And you're not going to see that as tantrums on the floor, but what you'll often see it as is more aggressiveness, hyperactivity, challenge focusing, things like that they're in a bit of a sleep debt situation where they really aren't getting enough sleep. Those are the main things that you're going to see. So I read this research study, and I'm just going to read it here, said that children actually need more sleep than adults, which we knew. While each individual child has different sleep needs, the recommended sleep range differs amongst each age group. Children in elementary school and middle school, so age 6 to 12 years, should get anywhere between 9 to 12 hours of sleep. So that means going to bed at 8 p.m. to get up for 8, or if they have to be up at 7:30, then going to bed at 7:30 at night for somebody who's in kindergarten or grade 1. For somebody who's going towards grade 4 or 5, you want to be getting into bed by that 8:30, 9 o'clock time. If you're getting up at 7:30, you still need that 9 to 12 hours of sleep. And for somebody who's in that teenager range, still between 8 to 10 hours is a recommended amount. Now, unfortunately, you have all kinds of people, and my children are included, that they get into lots of sports in the evenings, so they have an elevated heart rate late at night, which makes it a little tougher for the body to wind down and get into sleep. And even if they do fall asleep at the beginning, it's not a deep, good restorative sleep, and so you really have to make sure there's enough hours for that. So one of the things that's really caused trouble with kids falling asleep on time is the use of electronics or phones, things like tablets and things like that. We need to limit access to tablets, especially in the evening. It creates this environment for 24-hour stimulation, and when the mind keeps getting stimulated that way, it's very difficult for it to slow down and sleep. So one rule for electronics should be, maybe no electronics in the house after 5 p.m. Something along those lines. I would prefer no electronics, but after 5 o'clock. The second thing is you got to teach your kids that the bed is for sleeping. The bed is not for reading. The bed is not for playing on your laptop or on your iPad. Is that if you're going to be on your laptop, you should be out of your bed. Even as an adult, you really shouldn't read in bed. You should read in a chair beside the bed and then get into bed to go to sleep. It teaches that. And then the last thing, is to really create a healthy bedtime routine. My wife is amazing at this. We have 4 children, and honestly, I don't know how she does it every night. Every child gets read to. Every child gets all kinds of time, but they're used to it. They get it in order from youngest to oldest. The youngest gets read to first, and then he goes to sleep, and then the next one, and they go to sleep. And she goes through our 4 kids, and it's an amazing process, but I've seen the incredible value, not just from a bonding standpoint, which I don't want to undermine. That's really important, but it's not the purpose of this, but also of this video, but also just from a routine standpoint that, you go through, you either have a shower or whatever you do, brush your teeth, wash your face, pick out your books, start to read before your parents get there, get some time reading together, maybe some time, story time together or prayer time together or something, and then it's lights out and to bed. Using those kinds of routines can really help your kids. It can help them in terms of their health and help them in terms of their studies with school. All right, everybody. Welcome back to the school year. Another crazy year, but I hope you find this helpful in terms of getting sleep routines back. Thanks a lot.